Indecisiveness is the death of every successful man's love life. It does not matter how successful you are, how attractive you are, how genetically gifted you are. If you do nothing, that is exactly what you will get in your dating life. Nothing. If you approach no woman, you will have no woman. If you don't put yourself on dating apps, if you don't put yourself in social settings, if you don't actually open your mouth and speak, you will always be hurting in terms of having a fruitful love life. You want this amazing partner, yet you're too afraid to speak to her. There is no way you're going to have this woman that is a woman of your dreams, your ideal girl, and you're afraid to even speak to her. And you overthink the entire process. This is not the most important business decision of your life when it comes to just talking to a woman, okay? You don't know yet if she's even worthy of you marrying her, spending your life with her. This is just the interview process. So stop approaching every single woman you speak to as if this is the final business decision you will ever be making in your life. You have to realize women only care about the men that actually structure and position themselves around them. They don't care about the man that looks the most promising from afar. She's going to leave with the man that actually spoke to her. But too many of you men, you're indecisive. You can't decide. You overthink it. If you're interested enough to look more than once at that woman, go and speak to her. And when I see guys who even speak to me about their issues, and they have it all. $1 million, house, well-educated. Financially, they're good, they're covered, they have all the resources. And they're also working in fields where they actually have to sell. They actually have to speak to people. I'm talking about private bankers. I'm talking about tech sales. I'm talking about top sales guys who cannot muster up the courage to speak to a woman. Not realizing the only thing that separates you and the guy she leads with is who spoke to her. That is it. Women do not care about your theory. They don't care. You could have read every single book about women, every single pickup artist line. You could have studied it to the T, but if you cannot execute, it is meaningless. It means nothing. And so many of you successful men, you have all the knowledge, but you have no execution. And you wonder why you struggle, and you don't want to get the help. So you know that you don't have the willpower to do it, yet your ego tells you there's no other way to fix it unless you can fix it yourself. You don't have the abilities, my man. That is why you look at content like myself. That is why you consume this information. But yet, instead of actually getting the help and getting the proper accountability to make sure you execute it, you run away from it. You shun it. You have so much pride that you're ashamed to just get the help you need. It's like any other specialty. If your toilet was broke, you're going to call a plumber. If you need a new roof, you're going to call a roofer. If you need your car fixed, you're going to call a mechanic. When it comes to women, that's the one element where successful men just think that the same thing they've struggled with their entire life, they're going to still just figure it out. How? How can you? It's foolish. A smart man, a wise man, he learns from a wiser man. But when it comes to women, you guys will be the least knowledgeable, and you will just continue down that exact pathway to nowhere. You're going nowhere because you're not even moving the vehicle. You're going nowhere. You're watching everybody else drive by you. You're just stuck in the car. You don't know if you want to turn left. You don't know if you want to turn right. You don't know if you want to go straight. You don't know if you want to go backwards. You do absolutely nothing. And guess what? It continues to just snowfall. A few months have now turned into a year, now turned into a couple years. Now you resent women. Now you're jealous of other men that get more women than you. And you're like, you're more successful than him. You look better than him. You have a better physique. Why is he executing better than you? Because he's just executing. Done is better than perfect. Women don't care about perfection when it comes to speaking to them. They just care that you had enough courage to speak to them. They want a man. How can you even call yourself a man and you're afraid to speak to a woman? What has society gone to? And my thing is this, right? I don't want to shame you for it, but realize this. You don't have the willpower to do it, to go get some help. You're too ashamed to ask your friends, your homeboys, the guys that you know get more girls than you. You don't want to talk to your family. They don't understand. You can't go to a psychiatrist about it because, once again, they're being too theoretical. No amount of theory, psychology is going to make you execute. The only thing that's going to make you execute is someone holding you accountable. Someone telling you, yo, shoot that shot. But you guys got to realize this. There's two types of people in this world. There's individuals that know they need help and they go get the help. And there's individuals that know they need help and they still try to help themselves. You get nowhere like that, gentlemen. So realize this. Women can be mastered. The skill of code approaching, the skill of flirting, the skill of escalating, that's all skills. Think about it. You guys clock in, whether you're working a corporate job, you have your own business, but you spend 8 to 12 hours a day in your field perfecting your craft. I do the same, but guess what? With women. I'm living life. I get paid literally to go and experience women. I'm in multiple countries all over the world anytime I want to. Every single waking moment of my lifetime right now is literally just experiencing women, talking to women. That's why I'm so good with them. Even before I was doing the content, doing the dating coaching, my existence was surrounded around women. I just was always naturally good at women. It's like the guy that was dunking in middle school. And you're like, yo, how is he dunking? He doesn't even work out. It's just his gift. My gift, my ability, I have an amazing EQ. When you put the EQ with my looks, my charisma, my energy, I am a Picasso when it comes to women. That is my craft. That is my masterpiece. So I'm telling you guys, I haven't achieved that by not talking to women. I've achieved that because I've been around so many women. I've been on hundreds of dates. I've gotten, honestly, at this point now, over 1,000 numbers. In my lifetime of just talking to women, I've spoken to so many women in my life. It's become literally just a part of my existence. That is what it takes to master women. But you guys who don't surround yourselves with women, you don't speak to women, you don't approach women, you don't swipe on apps, you don't fix your pictures, you don't position yourself around women, how do you think you will master women? You won't. It's impossible. You cannot get that outcome until you actually experience women, and you have to experience a lot of them. You have to put the time in the field. It's like becoming a sailor. What are your hours at sea? Women are the same exact thing. You guys got degrees from the top universities. And guess what it took you? 4 years of committed work and focus to get a degree. Women are the exact same. So you keep telling yourself, oh, okay, I'll figure it out. When? You've been stalling your entire life. So guess what you're going to do afterwards? When you're not getting help, you're going to continue to stall. And then these years are going to stack up. Now you're older. You're feeling less confident. You don't have as much energy. Your charisma is even shot. And once again, that shame has built up even more. The longer you wait to get help with women, the worse it becomes. It's just the reality. It's the truth. And all of that because you just can't decide. You don't make any decision at all. You don't want to get the help. You want to sit in ego. You want to sit in shame. It is okay. The most common trait of successful men, y'all suck with women. Y'all do. Y'all suck, bruh. Successful men suck with women. And why is that? Literally, you were taught the exact opposite coming up in your lifetime, coming up in college and school. In your early stages of your career, it was focus. The woman would come later. But guess what? They came later because you got the money, but you don't know what to do with them. You don't know how to talk to them. That's what they didn't tell you. Yes, they came later. They came, absolutely, but you don't know what to do. So now when they're in your lap, they're in your face, you're stuck. You can't decide. Indecisiveness is the reason why you are stuck. If you made decisions, you would never need to watch any single dating coach, anyone that does dating content. You would never need to call a guy like me if you were decisive. Because you aren't, you need to call a guy like me. You need the help. And when you call a guy like me, understand and realize this. If you don't choose to work with me, the same issue that brought you to me is the same issue is going to make you walk out the door and make you return back to your same problem. Indecisiveness. Indecision is the reason why you don't have the dating life you want. And it will not get better. You have to practice. It's a muscle. You got to train it. It is a muscle. You have to train it. And you guys don't understand the moment you take dating and approaching women with the same seriousness as your career, you will have any woman of your dreams. But you guys keep thinking the money is going to overcompensate it. It's not. They don't care. There's a lot of rich guys out here. And guess what? These women, when they get bored, they just get a guy that's even older and that they can control. And the older guy with money, him walking away with your girl won't even be because he has more money. He's just going to be able to talk to her. That's literally it. I've seen guys in their late 40s lose their girl to a guy in his 70s. How? Imagine losing your girl to a grandpa. How is that possible? That guy's not afraid to talk to a woman. He's not afraid to let her know that he has feelings for her, has emotions for her, that he is attracted to her. That's the guy that closed. I've seen a 70-year-old man ruin a marriage. I don't condone home records, but I'm saying, how does a 70-year-old man take away your wife and you're 40 and you're 30 years younger? He's not afraid to speak. That old guy didn't take this guy's wife because he was just timid. Like, oh man, he saw an opportunity. He saw an unhappy woman. And I don't condone it. Whenever the connection presented itself, he took advantage. But you guys, you have all these golden opportunities. You see these beautiful, amazing women. You have all the time in the world. But that opportunity presents itself, you do nothing. You hesitate. You would never have the girl of your dreams. You will hate yourself. That's why even when you guys contact guys like me, and then it's time for you to make a decision of actually, receiving my help, you hate that you got to get my help. You hate that. And then you hate yourself more when you leave and realize you can't figure it out on your own. The hate just multiplies. So now you're just more frustrated. No amount of footage you watch is going to make you better at cold approaching women other than actually cold approaching women. No amount of footage you watch is going to make you better with women other than actually talking to women. Now, you can accelerate the process by getting professional help. That's why a guy like me is here, so that you don't make the same mistakes. You're not being overly emotional. You're taking her to the right venues. You're also having a very well-positioned opener so that, one, it's repeatable, and then two, you have a high success rate of actually converting that into an open-ended conversation and then closing it with confirmed, phone number with the intent to take her on a date. Now, all that is for sure sharpened with the help of a professional, but nonetheless, you still got to execute. I can only show you the water. I can't make you drink it. All these videos I got on my page, dating back, I've been doing content now roughly 2 years or so. All these videos, you can watch them all. But until you actually implement it, it's meaningless. You can watch all my Instagram. And that's why a lot of you guys, you think, okay, I can watch all this guy's video, absorb the knowledge. You don't have my execution. You're paying to learn my execution. You're paying for the mental. You're paying to know, how am I a Playboy? What makes me a Playboy? Why is this series Playboy Proverbs? You think I became a Playboy overnight? No. I've been a Playboy since I was a kid. I've been talking to women since I was a kid. I haven't been afraid to approach a girl since I was in elementary school. That's how long I've been doing it. So imagine that. It's like a guy that's a pro athlete. You got some guys, they've been playing Little League baseball since they was 4 years old. They've been playing soccer since 5 years old. They've been on the football field since 6. And now they're pro athletes. That's how it is with a lot of men with women. We're pro women getters, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call us, pro Playboys. We're Playboys because we just have a very extensive experience with women. It dates back before I could even remember. I've just been that comfortable and that engaged with women. I made a lot of mistakes. So when I'm telling you guys, I can help you actually bridge that gap, I mean it. Because I'm telling you right now, you're not watching this video if you didn't need someone to hold you accountable. You don't want to go to your friends are laughing at you. And every single time you try doing it on your own, you come back in the same position. It is what it is. Get the professional help. It's how you guys get shot and you think you can just remove the bullet on your own. Like, bro, go to the hospital. You're going to bleed to death. And some of you, your ego, you rather bleed to death than to go get help. And that's the sad part. And that's why a lot of you won't have the ideal partner. You won't have the family life you want, all because not only are you indecisive, but you can't even go put the ego aside and get the help and get the accountability so that you can be decisive and you can execute consistently. Because a man like myself, I'm in my position because I decide every single time. Even it's to the point now, I'm so used to deciding when I see a woman I want, I don't care if I'm walking away for 2 minutes, I will fight my own mentality and I will turn back around and I will almost run back just to go and shoot that shot, all because I said, I gotta see it through. I can't let one opportunity pass me by. That might be the life-changing moment where I meet a woman of my dreams that really is gonna help me just completely go to a different atmosphere. But I can only get there if I decide to do something that I don't sit on the sideline. Get out of the bleachers, get in the game, and I will be your coach. If you want more succinct, systematic strategy for dating, you want the right code approach, you want the right dating app structure, you want the right follow-ups, you want the right framework in your conversation so that you're also, turning these approaches and these interactions into dates and also closing these dates and actually having long-term relationships with these women that you're actually attracted to and you want in your life, then I want you to click the link in the video below, all right? Trust Fund Baddies Academy, apply, get the help. I'll see you on the other side. The best is yet to come.